The Body Remembers When the World Broke Open is a feminist film for a number of reasons, one of which is its use of real-time form, which allows it to share the moments and realities of female life often neglected in modern media. A specific example of this is the scene in which Isla is in the bathroom and changes her pad to reveal blood and spotting. For me, personally, this was an incredibly powerful moment, as I had never seen that part of my life represented in a film before. In her study, Elizabeth Areva Kisling shows that there are many societal rules and beliefs surrounding menstruation. She also says in another article that, quote, menstruation must be concealed verbally as well as physically, and communication rules and restrictions define and enforce the concealment and activity taboos, unquote. These rules and taboos are linked with the feelings of shame and societal discomfort surrounding menstruation. Lauren Rosewarne quotes that, quote, society views menstruations as private events not to be talked about in public, unquote, and specifically as discovered through studies that it is not meant to be spoken of with men around. In Powers of Horror, Kristeva says that, quote, menstrual blood signifies sexual difference, unquote, and this divide is found to be true in Kisling's study, where she found that the majority of adolescent girls believe that it is socially unacceptable to discuss menstruation, but nearly all believe that they should not talk about it with boys around. Moving into how it's represented in media, Kisling says, quote, these rules and restrictions make media representations of menstruation and interactions surrounding it rare, unquote. Films like Carrie, My Girl, To Sir with Love all show periods and menstruation as being something negative, needing to be secret, or both. Carrie gets her first period in the shower, something she is unprepared for because her mother hasn't taught her about it, believing menstruation itself to be a sin. As pointed out in the book mentioned above, this scene parallels the horrendous shower scene from Psycho. In My Girl, when her father's assistant explains menstruation to her after she gets her first period, it is done so off camera.
I'm hemorrhaging.
What do you mean you're hemorrhaging?
I don't need your help, but I need
Ada,
your move.
did this happen in the bathroom? How old are you?
I'm 11 and a half.
It's okay. Come on upstairs, we have to have a little talk.
And in To Sir with Love, after burning a menstrual product, their teacher reprimands them with this.
There are certain things a decent woman keeps private, and only a filthy slut would have done this. And those who stood by and...
In an interview, the directors of The Body Remembers When the World Broke Open spoke about the real-time form and the spotting scene. Kathleen Hepburn said, quote, we thought about just doing the real-time idea, but it became very clear early on that to try to do it in a continuous take would really push us to the next level in terms of creating something that was really honest, unquote. And Elmaya Tailfeathers says, quote, it was ultimately about honoring the original experience, unquote, which was in reference to the events that inspired the film, but I believe this honesty and honoring of original experience can go beyond that. This form allows them to show the honest reality of life as a woman and the little moments that get cut out of films. You don't often see anyone eat or sleep or use the bathroom in movies, but they are a part of human life, and menstruating is a part of life as a woman. By including it, they are honoring female life and giving us representation, and this helps to push it forward as a feminist film. Kathleen Hepburn said on the topic, quote, with the bathroom scenes, I recently read a review where this person was complaining about the changing of the pad scene and why we needed to be there with her. But it was important to show that. There were layers to that scene, but we wanted to remind the viewers that Isla has things going on in her life beyond this moment. And also because, as a woman, we don't get to see that represented on screen. I don't think I've ever seen a woman change her pad on camera in this real-time way. For us, it was a tiny, tiny act of pushback against the male gaze and showing all these private spaces and the trauma that our bodies experience on a monthly basis, unquote. In conclusion, The Body Remembers When the World Broke Open shows a piece of life as a woman almost always skipped on screen, menstruation. And it shows it in its real and true form. It is allowed to, and quite honestly, has to break the rules set in place by society surrounding the taboo of menstruation because of its real-time form. It would be dishonest to the experience and the form to skip these moments. Because menstrual blood was on a pad, and it is included in a film, it has broken social barriers and opened conversations about menstruation and its representation across the nation and quite possibly worldwide.